This video is about a tour of the inside of my minivan. This is a video I'm doing because a number of you actually asked for that video. So here it is. I'm going to give you a full tour. But before we get into it, I want to talk about a couple of things. One is that I got a few, some phone calls, some emails, people asking me stuff that is actually covered on the channel. Now, I understand there is a problem. And the problem is that we have now close to 55 videos on the channel, and it starts to get difficult to find something. So, I understand the problem. And there is also a frustration connected to that, I understand. So here is the solution, though, to that thing. And that is, I have a playlist on covering the important videos that you need in order to learn pilot car driving. And this playlist is called Unleash Your Skills Pilot Car Masterclass, or something like this. I don't remember the exact title. But anyway, the link is here for that playlist, plus it's in the description below. So that is a complete free service for you to learn pilot car driving. Now, if you are interested in a more professional approach, I have a webinar that is also free. It gives you 3 very, very important tips how to create or procure business for your pilot car. And at the end of that webinar, you also learn about my professional pilot car course. So again, there is a link for it below. And frankly, everybody should watch that anyways because of these 3 tips that you get when you do watch this. And these 3 tips are not anywhere on the Pilot Car 101 channel. They are only on the webinar. Now, the next thing I want to tell you about is that I have at the second half of that video a surprise for you. Let's just leave it like that. There is a surprise for you that you do not want to miss. So now, where am I right now? You're asking. We are in Florida. This is my RV here. And here is the piece of land I bought. And I tell you one thing, I would have never been able to buy this piece of land if I wasn't a pilot car driver. So let's check the inside. Okay, so first here I have cameras. This is the camera that basically in some movies you see me in the car. That camera is that. And then if there is a police officer visiting me, it's gonna take a recording of that, his face when it looks in here. Anyway, so I have another camera up here. This is what takes a video of the front of the car. And then I have a camera in the back there. These 2 are connected. The middle one, this one here, and that one is recording in the back. I feel this, my head here. This is like a really good way of keeping your glasses safe from the dash, by the way. So then, down here. Okay, so now here I have my pad. My iPad sits here. Then I have here, you see, this is the remote for the top amber light. And down there is the speaker for the CB radio, screwed in here. And then I have here my connection to the power. And then I have here a distribution location. I bought this thing in a truck stop. And I have a little thing sitting on top of it. You can see that. And here I have basically a backup amber light on the roof. Let me just quickly show you that. Anyway, this is how it gets turned on. This, and here, this is the front and the back. So let me show you this on the top. Here is that amber light. This is the backup one, and this is the main amber light. And this piece here is also in the back one. There's 2 of them, and then this is the main one. All right. And then, since we're already looking at the top, here is the antenna, big antenna. And I have the antenna cable coming in here. This is just holding it closed. There's no rains coming in here. Interestingly enough, it's not causing that. And the cable comes in here to the CB radio, which is down here. I keep my CB radio here, not up here. Sometimes it gets so hot up here that I'm worried that the insides of the CB radio melt. Then over here, I have my book of regulations, and here my additional my additional handheld radio. This is the backup radio. It doesn't have an antenna right now because I switched the antennas between the other one. And that is, oh yeah, and then I have this little booklet here. I bought this at, I think, Staples. I write in here the name of the trucker, the name of any pile car driver, if it's a high, what's the pole, if I do a high pole, height of the load, height of the pole, and then anything the trucker tells me, or things I'm supposed to remember, or things I myself say, I better take a note of this because I have to remember after the trip, all goes in here. Also something like the miles down here and so forth, which I then put into my trip log and stuff like this that I keep. All right. So normally here in this seat, I also have my a backpack, which has all my computers in it and any cables I have, and my bag of vitamins and my wallet and stuff like this. And I secure that bag usually with those two things. All right. So then, and this is my mic here, you know. And then back here, you see here the freezer. We talked in the last video. We talked about that one. And here is the stuff I have stored in here. Here are my boots. Then here I have a piece. Whoa! I already managed to break this thing. In this is the battery. If the battery is down, I use that external battery to start the car. This thing is really good. Man, I'm so happy to have this thing. I have helped myself tons of times and other pilot car drivers. I just managed, I don't know how I did this, how I broke this thing here. Anyway, there we go. And then in here, I have all this is my shoes for the shower. And in here, I simply have any cables also that I use. For example, the cable for that thing here is in here. If I go to a hotel, I just take this, roll it in, and I take this with me to connect the freezer and the cable to the power. Now here is where I have dry food. So this is actually my wet food. This is my dry food bag. And down here, I have a bag. In this bag, I have a printer. Look at this. It's an Epson printer. It's a good piece of printer. Works. You can print. You know, you can connect it to your phone. Works like a charm for me. And I also keep the printing paper in here. I have that in here. There's the cable, the charging cable for this thing. What you can't do with that thing is you can't scan anything, but that is such a rare thing, you know, scanning something, that I didn't care. But if you really want to use it for scanning as well, there's different ones. You just have to make sure you get one of those. Now again, if you want to know about these kind of things, if you want to have links to that, you have to let me know, and I will absolutely add links to that. Okay, and then here's another bag I have, which is really, you know, okay, this is actually a good bag. Good bag, yes, right. First of all, what's in here is an important piece. And that is, if I get called into a way station The police wants to inspect me. Troopers want to inspect me. I come with this book here. With this book and my wallet. My wallet has the driver's license. And this book has everything else. This is my this insurance. This is the piece of paper that goes to the if you have an accident. This is my Texas registration. Any papers? I mean, this is my certification, DOT stuff, various permits, Kansas stuff. Kansas has this big stuff going on. The New Mexico thing. Am I still on this thing here? Yes. New Mexico thing. The national flag and stuff, etc. So I'm working with one hand here. All right, so this is in here, plus anything. There's some other stuff in here. For example, when I keep a record of all my repairs, which I have in this thing here. You don't have to open it. It's just one of those things where you can keep a lot of things. I keep all copies of all repairs in there, so I don't. Believe it or not, I went into situations where somebody says to me, we should replace your spark plug, spare your mileage, and your and do a full thing on that. And I go like, let me check. And I look through this thing and I found out, well, no, 2 months ago I did this already. Get lost, it's that's why I keep that. Why? I have a tendency to forget things, Most of you probably are perfect at this, but I can forget things. All right, so now let me put this back in order here quickly, and let's look at the back of the car. Let's go here. All right. Okay. So now this is how the back of the car looks like. Here is the mattress. You see? That mattress is an RV mattress. It's a real mattress. Let me just pull this. This is the bag, sleeping bag I bought at the Walmart. It's actually a really good one. I made sure I had one that is not too warm in the summer, and still protects me from the cold in the winter. So let's put this here for now. So this is the pillow, and this is a real mattress. Stick this in there. It's a real mattress. I'll show you. Here, see, it's a real mattress. So this thing gives me very good sleep. So then on the other hand here, I have my cones here, and there was a second piece up here. I lost it, but it's still usable. Now on the left here, I have I use this to change tires. This normally goes here, but I don't keep it here because it takes forever to pull it out of here. And when you are in this situation, need a change of tire, you want to have this really ready quickly. Okay, here we go. Let's put it there temporary. This is my emergency kit, also per the regulations, and this is my 10-pound fire extinguisher. Under it are the triangles, and I have a 10-pound one. You can also use 2 5-pound ones. This is to be okay for all of the US. Some people say in Florida you must have a 10-pound one. You cannot have 2 5-pound ones. Not true. I've been inspected twice in Florida. Every time they commented, "Oh, you got a 10-pound one." 2 5-pound ones are okay too. All right, man. So, anyway, just saying this, it's okay to have 2 5-pound ones. Then here we go. Let me put this back. Now, what you see here, sit down. So this thing here is my box. This box I use to keep all the equipment. So now let's go to the other side. Here I just keep everything. I don't have to go through this. It's just really what you need for basically per the certifications you do, the things you need go in there for me. All right. So then I have some other extra things. This is to keep sunlight out and keep lights out, night lights out when I sleep in here. It's on one side it's black and the other one is silver. It's a very good piece. Then here, this is my high pole bag. So back here, and then below there, you see this is my high pole measurement. So both things are in here. Fit perfectly in here. And then this is my wardrobe. You know, the jackets I use. Yeah. So then we come to this here. We talked about the boots, the dry food, printer, and other illegal papers. And then put this here. So what I have here is the helmet, hard hat. I keep here the stop paddle and the flags, 2 flags, in case I lose one. And then under the hard hat, I have my shower bag. And then below the shower bag is my clothing. All my clothing is in there. All right. So then back here, I have a bag hanging. This is my laundry bag. I throw in my dirty laundry. And believe it or not, up there is a toothbrush. And over here is a toothbrush. Why the heck do I have toothbrushes hanging in my car? You know, very good question. These toothbrushes are made of horsehair. And I don't like to put plastic in my mouth first thing in the morning and rub it against my skin and my teeth. I hate plastic. Plastic sucks. So I have those guys. They cost a little bit more. And then I don't put them into these bags, into these plastic containers, you know, to store them in your shower bag or something like this. No, I hang them there so they dry out during the day. Any bacteria can get dried out, dies in the air. And I have clean brushes. This one is the morning brush, and this one is the evening brush. Okay, now you're gonna say, oh man, he's really fixated on that shit. Well, maybe I am, but who cares? So then, oh yeah, let's go to the other, oh yes. The other door is important. Then, so how do I move around in the car? Okay, let's close that door. So here is the seat, all right? Here is the seat. Here's where I sit. Now, what I do sometimes, since I'm not a particularly big person, I step on this thing here and literally hop over here. So I'm in here. Somebody who is big, you know, by big I mean fat, you know, or tall, he'll have a problem to do that. He will have a problem to do that. So for me, it's fine. But for those guys who cannot do it, the other door is important. Let's go to the other side. There you go. There you can get into the car easily and lay down. And this, by the way, you probably was wondering what that is. This is my high pole mirror. This goes there on the dashboard. I have it laying around there. I don't pack it in a thing because I learned that this thing is very sensitive. You know, this basically goes up here, so you can look at the high pole, the top of the high pole, and see, you know, if you hit something and how much, how deep, how deep the hit was. Yeah, you would say how deep the hit was. The reason I have it laying around here, this thing happened to me that I put it in this bag here. Man, it got bent. I put it in this bag here. It got bent. So I decided no more goes in no bag anymore. It lays on my bed throughout the trip. It actually does never move. No matter what I do in the car, it doesn't move, you know. So that's what I do with this. You know, I've people, for example, I know one guy, he dropped it from a little height like this on the floor. It totally fell apart, couldn't be used. So this guy had to use my high pole mirror then to get out of the shit. Anyway, I think that's it for the inside of the car. Now let me get to the surprise. Let me show you the surprise. So take a look at this. Pilot car operator. And in the back it says it too. Even in reflective colors. I think that's reflective. Pilot car operator. Now, if you leave a non-accusative comment in the comment section, I will do a random selection of those people that left a comment, and I will mail you that vest. What's good about that vest? You remember the video where I said we should have, every one of us should have a vest like this, and with this vest we can recognize each other. With this vest we can take each other's information, and we know, you know, this is a person who can help me, and this is a person I will help when they need my help. That's the whole idea of that vest. All right, so you can win that vest. Leave a non-accusative comment in the section, comment section below, and you get it.